Welcome to the Flag Bearer channel. This is Little Known Black History Facts. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. The Lowndes County Black Panther Party. Revolution at the ballot box. How did a small southern county ignite a national movement? In the heart of the Deep South, where Jim Crow still had its grip and black disenfranchisement was a brutal reality, a small rural county in Alabama became the testing ground for a radical new approach to black political power. Lowndes County, known for its overwhelming black majority yet complete white control of government, would be the birthplace of an organization that reshaped the struggle for civil rights and self-determination. In 1965, following the historic Selma-to-Montgomery March, activists from the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, SNCC, arrived in Lowndes County, determined to turn the tide of racial oppression. They helped form the Lowndes County Freedom Organization, a grassroots political movement that dared to challenge the all-white Democratic Party. They chose a Black Panther as its symbol, a symbol of strength, defiance, and resilience. The LCFO would inspire what would later become the Black Panther Party. Lowndes County was an impoverished rural county in Alabama's Black Belt. The county's residents had for generations been predominantly black, with its white leaders clinging hard through the first two-thirds of the 20th century to the post-Reconstruction era segregation, racism, and socioeconomic systems of control. But, as improbable as it may seem, lowly Lowndes County would in the mid-1960s play host to the birth of the Black Panther Party. This party was separate and distinct from the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense, which was later to be organized in Oakland, California. The Lowndes County Freedom Organization's Black Panther symbol and its emphasis on self-determination directly influenced Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale, who later founded the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense in Oakland, California in 1966. While the Oakland Panthers focused more on armed self-defense and community programs, their ideological foundation was built on the self-reliance, political organizing, and grassroots activism that the LCFO had pioneered. It was the LCFO that first used the famous image of the coiled Black Panther that would go on to become the namesake of the National Black Panther Party. Huey P. Newton would later say that the Black Panther symbolized the spirit of America's maligned black population, who, after being backed into a corner for so long, were finally fighting back against their oppressors. The Lowndes County Black Panther Party, officially known as the Lowndes County Freedom Organization, was founded in 1965 in Lowndes County, Alabama, as a black-led political organization. It was created by local activists and members of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, including Stokely Carmichael, to challenge white supremacy and voter suppression in the county. Before the LCFO, black residents of Lowndes County had little political power due to systemic voter suppression. In 1965, Lowndes County was 80% black, and not a single black citizen was registered to vote. Carmichael arrived in the county to organize a voter registration project, and from this came the LCFO. Their slogan was Black Power for Black People, a phrase that foreshadowed Carmichael's later leadership in the Black Power movement. Carmichael and SNCC founded the Lowndes County Freedom Organization shortly after his arrival in the county. More than half of the black population of the county lived below the poverty line. Moreover, whites in power had a long history of extreme violence towards anyone who attempted to vote or otherwise challenged all-white rule. Lowndes County Freedom Organization members didn't simply want to vote to place other white candidates in office. Instead, they wanted to be able to vote for their own candidates. The organization helped register black voters, run black candidates, and create an independent black political party, something nearly unheard of in the Jim Crow South. Their efforts helped break the Democratic Party's stranglehold on the county, demonstrating that black people could organize politically outside the two-party system. When President Lyndon B. Johnson signed the Voting Rights Act of 1965 into law, which put into place the right of Americans of all races to vote, only about 250 of Lowndes County more than 12,000 Black residents had passed literacy tests and become registered voters. Realizing that simply registering voters wasn't enough, Carmichael and SNCC helped create an independent political party. After the 1965 Voting Rights Act was passed, SNCC organizers, including Carmichael, saw the opportunity to turn Black voter registration into real political power. The LCFO and SNCC faced violent opposition from white authorities and the Ku Klux Klan. White voters in Lowndes County reacted strongly to the LCFO. In many instances, whites evicted their sharecroppers, leaving many Blacks homeless and unemployed. Whites also refused to serve known LCFO members in stores and restaurants. Small riots broke out, with local police often firing on Blacks during these confrontations. In order to punish Blacks who registered to vote, many landowners kicked them off their land. Lowndes County's tent city was an assemblage of large, sturdy military surplus tents donated by the National Guard to the newly homeless residents, who set up camp just off US 80 for many months. They largely relied on the generosity of friends and strangers, both local and across the nation, for food and other necessities. Life in Tent City was severe, and the men and women who lived there often endured threats and other intimidation tactics at the hands of white residents who disagreed with their cause. There were shots that were fired into the tent site several times throughout the week. However, the LCFO pushed forward and continued to organize and register voters despite these dangers. The LCFO was one of the first independent Black political parties in the South, emphasizing grassroots organizing and political empowerment. It had a significant impact on both the Civil Rights Movement and the later Black Power movement. Its influence extended beyond Lowndes County, shaping political strategies, inspiring new organizations, and redefining Black activism in the United States. While the Civil Rights Movement, under the leadership of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., focused on nonviolence as a tool to bring about change, many members of the LCFO and its ally, the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, began to question the effectiveness of nonviolence. Stokely Carmichael later popularized the term Black Power, signaling a shift from integration-focused activism to self-determination and radical political engagement. The LCFO's success in empowering Black communities politically contributed to this shift. The LCFO proved that Black communities could create independent political structures, run their own candidates, and govern themselves. This inspired other Black-led political movements, particularly in the South, where groups formed independent parties and pushed for greater self-representation. Carmichael's work in Lowndes County was a turning point in his activism. It not only helped build Black political power in Alabama, but also laid the foundation for the broader Black Power movement that he would later champion. His experience there showed him the necessity of independent Black political action, self-defense, and grassroots organizing, themes that would define his legacy. In 1966, several LFCO candidates ran for office in the general election, but failed to win. While their attempt was unsuccessful, the LCFO continued to fight, and their goal and motto of Black Power spread outside of Alabama. The movement spread all over the nation. Californians Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale asked for permission to use the Black Panther emblem that the Lowndes County Freedom Organization had adopted for their newly formed Black Panther Party. The Oakland-based Black Panther Party became a much more prominent organization than the LCFO. Few people remember that the origins of this powerful symbol started with impoverished African Americans in a central Alabama county. The Lowndes County Black Panther Party was one of the first major expressions of Black power in the South, proving that Black communities could organize politically outside the traditional party system. Its legacy lives on in modern political activism, showing that grassroots movements can challenge oppression and create lasting change. The Black Panther Party's community programs, such as free breakfast programs and healthcare clinics, reflected the LCFO's focus on self-reliance. Black political mobilization efforts of the 1970s and 1980s were rooted in the LCFO's vision of independent Black politics. Until next time, if you like little known history facts as I do, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Press the bell to be notified of future uploads. Thank you for watching.